response video to WMPYR's karambit basics 101. And what I'm going to kind of show with that, and it's kind of a progression of what he's taught me through his videos, about how to twirl and how to do things like that. I want to show you guys how you can actually use the same thing that he teaches with the twirl and how to incorporate that into the 5 count that he did. And basically I'm just going to use his same information, regurgitate it, and spin it through my head and then spin it back out. So that's basically what this is. So anyway, understand that for me, one of the greatest things you can have on you is a light knife, a very light, easy to carry knife, that is on you 24/7. I have found that for myself, and I believe very wholeheartedly, especially for women or somebody like that that's interested in defense, I would recommend a neck knife. Now, obviously, a neck knife has its limitations, absolutely, but it is easily concealed. Okay, my neck knife in particular, on top you will find that it has a ferro rod. That's because I've got the bushcraft survivalist thing. But even with that extra protrusion, when I put it under a shirt, it's hard to detect that it's there. But it is. Okay? So that's the first thing. As you get used to using your karambit, you will find that there's other ways that you can have it attached. And I actually have mine attached, and I've changed my carry method. I used to carry it this way, so that when I drew I had it in the forward grip. I've now, because I've gotten used to flipping it more and more, I actually prefer to use it in the reverse grip now. I switched this around, so that now all I have to do is pull the bottom ring, and boom, it's already in my index finger like that. Flip it back, and it's in reverse grip. Flip it forward, now I can use it in a forward grip. Okay? So, let's look at how this can be used in a defensive situation, and I'm going to give you a defensive scenario to roll around in your head and then relate that to the 5 count. Okay, so here we go. So let's say I'm a woman. Okay, I'm an ugly woman, but anyway, somebody's coming up towards me. I feel like I need to defend myself, so I pull up my shirt, put my hand up under my shirt, I grab that ring, I flip it down here. I keep it down to my side so that my opponent does not know that I have a knife in my hand. Okay? When my opponent comes towards me, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward with my right foot, and I'm going to rotate my knife this way. Okay? Now what this will do is this will be a low line stab. And basically what is going to happen, now will this kill anybody? No. But it will do something, and the target is the groin area. Okay? So if someone's trying to attack you and you're a woman, or you're trying to be raped, even if you don't get but that far past the jeans, that's all you have to do, because that will cause a small cut there. That will disorient your opponent. Okay? If the same thing continues after this, you're going to flip it back to your hand. Then you can do one of these. This is a sideways motion. Okay? It's almost like a flat figure 8. Okay? So you're going to do, right? So, just using those 3 motions right now, boom, 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 is that fast. Boom. And yeah, this is where training comes into play. Yeah, you're going to have to train with this. once again, pick up a good trainer. If you can't do that, put some duct tape over your edge of your blade. Alright? All the things that WMPYR recommends. Anyway. So, in this way, we're doing the low line stab to the groin. A little less high speed. If you wanted to use both fingers in the finger guards, yeah, you could go straight in like this. Yeah, you could just drop your weight and come up from under. If you did this, this would be more of a cut or a rip to the groin. Okay? It's a little bit higher speed, but hey, it'll work too. So, you know, this one is just pretty much, you know, to get them to go away. This one, you know, you're kind of splitting that tree there. Okay? Anyway, when you come here, these are cuts across the belly. Okay? Now the karambit was designed for disemboweling. It was actually designed when it was used on the battlefield in Indonesia. The reason why they chose this blade design is because it was reminiscent of a tiger's claw. A tiger's claw will, to the midsection, will disembowel your opponent. Okay, so maybe not so much with a 3-inch version, but once you get into the 6 or 9-inch versions, yeah, you know, you're going to be cutting into all sorts of things. So, but anyway, the idea is to go left, right, okay? That's the starting motion, okay? So, we've already dealt with 2 different ways of the stab. We can go up under, shovel, or we can do the quick flip it back out, flip it back, okay? We've gone over this, okay? Now there's the second motion with this, okay? And it's this. We can make this more powerful by literally snapping it out from the shoulder and finishing it out in an arc, okay? So it's a snapping motion. It's a snapping motion. Now notice from right before the point of impact, my knife is like this. At point of impact, I slip. I flick my wrist. Okay? That adds extra snap so that when I snap it into my opponent and I rip out this way, I'm gaining momentum here to just come back here. Okay? I'm gaining momentum here, following that back over here. I have this hand up so I can guard my face or whatever have you, okay? And I'm coming back this way, okay? So, the second way, so once again, 2 ways here. We can boom, boom, or we can boom, boom. We can do it with a snap, or we can do it with a smooth circle motion, okay? The idea is to be able to cut your opponent as quickly as you can. Okay? You want to be out of the scenario before blood even starts to flow out of that cut. What I mean by that is, when a person is cut, typically it takes a couple of seconds for the blood to start flowing through, unless you've hit an artery or a vein. Okay? So, you pretty much want your knife and you want you out of the way before blood even starts to flow out of that cut. Okay? Alright, so we've done the stab from the shovel, we've done the flick, we've done the smooth one, we've done the snappy one. Okay? Now let's go into the diagonal. These are to the face. Okay? Now, we can power into it like WMPYR was showing, and then we can power back like WMPYR was showing here. Okay? Or what we can do is we can use it like he was talking about as a jab. Okay? Now think about this. It's going to snap out and then come back. Okay? So really all you need to do is be able to move your wrist like this. So it's boom. 1, 2. Okay? 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's go faster. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? Go faster. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. See how that works? So literally, from this position, I can do a shovel, left, right, boom, boom. That's the full 5 in opposite, in reverse, and in a reverse grip. Now if we wanted to do it with the foregrip, 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So from a forward grip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how I'm stabbing. I'm stabbing this way, not this way. This way. Okay? Something else that I want to add into it. Okay? Let's go reverse grip, top down instead of bottom up, top down this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And instead of a stab, we can stab with the blade here. We can stab with the blade here. Alright? Or we can flick our wrist forward and we can either strike with this ring here, or better yet, I can let go with these 3 fingers and flip it back this way. Okay? Smacking with the spine of my blade. So I can literally boom, 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 right? Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So, once again, that's the other way of going about it. Okay? So, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, smack, or 1, 2, 3, 4, stab, or 1, 2, 3, 4, smash, or we can do a smash to a cut, or if we wanted to follow the same thing, let's go a little bit higher speed now. With this next set, we're going to strike with the pommel and then go into a cut from a reverse grip. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to pull this blade off, I have to step forward with my left. That's fine. Okay? Because of the angle. Okay? I can hit with the pommel here and hit with the pommel here fine. But to cut with the blade, I have to step forward. Okay? So that blade can wrap around. Alright? So, hit with the pommel, hit with the pommel. Alright? Now, we can hit with the pommel straight to the side of the ribs, and then just twist. Or just bend at the elbow and twist our body. And we're doing a cut here. Flip it over. Hit here. And then step forward once again with the left to make that cut. Alright? Now that after we've done this, then that chambers us perfectly for the stab here, or the thrust with the pommel here, and then just rotate the wrist and the elbow and come up under, just like an uppercut. Okay? So let's go over this again. 1, cut. 2, step forward and cut. 3, smash to the ribs. Step back, cut. 4, step forward, cut. Step 5, bam, with the pommel. Step forward and heel. Okay? So now we're actually incorporating footwork with this. So let's look how this works. First attack. Okay? Watch my feet this time. Actually, we're going to try to do it this way. Watch my feet as much as you can. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So I'm actually adding 2 moves. So I'm after here, so I've cut across the body here, lunging forward, and after I'm here, I'm here, right? Okay. So that's another way. Basically, I'm trying to show you other options and more options with that 5 count than what you may have thought before. And that's the whole point. This 5 count also works very well with a different knife. Okay? What knife am I talking about? Oh yeah. My famous, my ultimate knife, 9-inch blade. Oh yeah. Okay? So let's work. Let's work with the 5 count with this knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? From reverse grip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I can do all the pommel work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how a 5 count became a 10 count? Because I added an extra motion to each attack. Okay? So, that's something else that you can do. Okay? The ideas here is that you need to be able to adapt everything that you've learned with one knife to another knife. And not just with a knife, with a karambit, or with a stick, or with something else that's in your hand. Always be able to adapt. So, yeah. And even with something this large, if the balance point is right, alright, if the balance point is right, I can make this thing move very fast. It can move very fast. In fact, a lot faster than what my opponent will even realize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? Even in reverse grip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? What I'm also trying to get to you is to do a figure 8 motion up, down, low, up high, down low, and then a stab. Okay? And actually, drawing further off of WMPYR's concepts, you can literally turn all 4 cuts into upstairs, downstairs, or downstairs, upstairs. So, upstairs, downstairs, downstairs, upstairs. Okay? And in fact, just by doing this figure 8 motion, you could actually work this way. And this reminds me of his figure 8 exercise. So, anyway. Thank you for a little bit of early morning training. Thanks. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.